Here's something for the fans of Top Gun. I'm sure you're going to recognize this. Now I'm going to break it down slowly but surely. I'm not going to do the complete radical solo that Steve Stevens does at the end because you need a third rose, which means this bridge is not going to work, unfortunately. But I'm going to take you through the recognizable theme, which is really, really fun to do. And then when you get to the solo, do your own, sort of put your own improvise or whatever comes to mind for you. But here we go with part A. Make sure you do have a copy of the PDF in front of you. And let's zoom in and see how to begin this. First of all, it's in the key of C major or A minor because they both contain the same notes. Might be more to correct to call it C major because it starts in a C note. And you can actually hear the notes. That's your C major scale. Now your opening three notes are simply going to go. And you'll notice my finger's got a nice little twitch. That's called vibrato. No vibrato. And now with vibrato. You can't argue the vibrato sounds cool. So I'd like to open up a little bit of vibrato, something like this. Now the next part, the 6-5-6-5, you can do like this. So it's pick, pull off, hammer on, pull off, or you can pick it like this. But I think the hammer on and pull off sounds nicer. Just more legato, more smooth, a bit more graceful, not as percussive. So I would take the 6-5-6-5 into the double 7 and do this. So with me now from the beginning, we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll notice that vibrato is quite prominent throughout the song as well. Next up, we got a little triplet phrase, and I like putting a bit of damping there. This is no damping. This is with a bit of damping. And all I'm doing to get that damping is this. I'm bringing my palm onto the bridge over here. There's the saddles riding over here. So my palm is going to slightly mute the string. And then when I get to the third note, I'll lift up the back of the palm. I'm sure you can see it in the angle over there. And that gives me much more of a legato end. So I go. So both triplets, the 5-7-5, followed by the 7-5-6. I'll try and palm them the first two notes just to sort of play around with the dynamics a bit. So we're now going to take it from the beginning again up until the second last triplet. So we're not going to play the last 5 before the line and the red notes, assuming you got the PDF open. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... And you'll notice I'm using my different fingers. Like over there was the middle finger for the vibrato. When I did the first part, I used the third. Notice I wouldn't necessarily go for pinky, but if you really want to use the pinky, you can. Now, watch out for the fine print on this as well. You'll notice that last blue 5 before the next bar goes 5 over here on the B string, and then jumps to the 5 on the third string. So like that. And there's a little forward slash between the 7 and 9. There's the tiny 7. This is fret 7. And that tiny 7 slides to 9 really quick. So this would be a bad one, because then the 7 is definitely pronounced. That's more the effect of sliding from the 7 to the 9. So if you play from the last dark blue into the red 5, you're going to have... And now, if you play the first 2 bars, you're going to have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Simple as that. There was a pinch harmonic that slipped inside there. If you want to do pinch harmonics, please do make the song uniquely your own. You don't have to make it sound exactly like Steve Stevens. You can make it sound more, make it customized. You know, learn your own style, develop your own style. Now then you're going to repeat, and if you look at the tab it says repeat notes in blue, then observe a change in red, which will be the last bar. So that what I've just read to you is in the third bar. So you're going to go back to the first bar and you're going to do this into the last bar. So second time around. Simple as that. Now we mentioned this is in C major, A minor. And what happens for the next part is this. Yeah, I've moved up to fret number 11. This one's got a nice little Roman numeral 12 over there. It's the double dot on the top of your guitar. If you look at the top there, it should have a little featured little double dot. You can just see it hiding away over here. Okay, so you're going to do pretty much the same thing. See if you can recognize this. It's pretty much the same thing. So I'm not going to go much further into the video for this right now. I want you to try and see how much you can work out, how the riff goes. You've got the first one over here by fret 5. So once you've got this, once you got that, you can pinch the monics inside there, make it your own, and then jump up to E flat minor. This is the key here. E flat minor is the same key as G flat minor, which is going to, or G flat major, sorry, G flat major, which will sound like this. That's not that important right now. What's important is you be able to transpose or work out from part A and take this to this. Nice key change, you can hear it there, and see what you can work out for me. If you have any questions, you know the story, you're more than welcome to contact me. We're happy to help. Try and put some nice high gain or overdrive or distortion onto your guitar for the sustain, and don't forget to have some fun in it as well. Put your own little phrases. If you listen and watch the video, you'll understand why Steve Stevens is rated as such a phenomenal guitar player. So please, if you've got a gap, Google this, watch Steve Stevens play. He's really a stunning player. You'll experience and appreciate the tremolo arm, which, like I said, this poor guitar hasn't got a tremolo arm. It's got a fixed bridge. So without that little tremolo arm, you're kind of stuck. But that's us for now. Have a good week. Take care.